Um, when I slapped him, he had on a baseball cap, but I think he thought he had on a fez because he went to reaching for something. I slapped him and his head is kind of heavy and he damn near fell down. If you look at the video, you see he leaned. You know how Chris Rock leaned back when Will Smith slapped him? Well, Taharka has a big heavy head. So when I slapped him, his head went so far down, he almost tipped over. It was like, pow. It was like that. The head, and it was very loud. It was like, pow. So the head tipped over, and then he made a real funny noise. Ooh.
Peace, family. We're going to go ahead and talk about Tariq Nasheed explaining why he slapped Taharka Bey. I want you guys to give me your opinion. Do you think it was smart for Tariq to post this publicly? Do you think it was not wise for Tariq to put this out? I want to hear you guys' opinion, but let's get right into the video.
Taharka Bey, who's been threatening me for the longest, posting pictures of me in a casket, talking about what he's gonna do to me and his own site, and just all of these threats. And he's been threatening to come out here and get at me. I'm gonna come out to LA and whoop-de-whoop. And then I see a huge head standing in front of the museum, filming and looking crazy.
Tariq has to understand that standing in front of the museum is public property. That's not private property. So this is where it's getting very dangerous for Tariq. He's walking a fine line, okay? And I really hope Tariq understands that it's not a crime, even if it's your ops, to stand on public property and film.
No. I see a huge head Negro standing in front of the museum. I'm just going to work, waiting on my employees to come through, waiting on my staff to come in so we can do work. Yeah, I see a huge head. I said, wait a minute. No, there can't be. No two people have heads like that. Is that Taharka Bey? I pull over. Then he kind of walks to my car. He starts walking towards me, kind of aggressive. Yeah, let's handle this like men. Did this dude come 3,000 miles to get at me after all of these threats? Did this dude come 3,000 miles after all these threats? Is he going to follow through with these threats? I don't know what to think. I'm just coming to work in the morning. I don't know what to think. And this dude he's looking aggressive and he's pulled up. So I'm thinking, well, you done pulled up for something. You didn't come all of this way for nothing. You came to follow through on your threats. That's what I'm thinking. This nigga done came through to follow through on all them threats. So, out here in California, what do you do in a situation like that, family? What do you do if somebody's threatening you and showing pictures of you in a casket and saying the end is near for you and they're going to do all of this stuff when they see you, and then they show up and this person has a whole history of violence, and this is a violent dude. We're beating up women and kids, but if somebody pulls up on you and try to ambush you, and you don't know they're coming, they just show up and they're at your spot, what do you do? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I neutralized the threat, ladies and gentlemen.
And now Tariq is going to have to prove that he was threatened, that Taharka Bey, which stands about 5'5", Tariq stands about 6'5", threatening him or was approaching him in an aggressive, threatening manner. Tariq is going to have to prove that. And if he cannot prove that, that is going to be assault. Okay? And this is what we're faced with now. Will Taharka press charges? That's yet to be heard. But we're going to play the video of Tariq actually slapping Taharka Bey. Let's get back into it.
California is a stand your ground state. This is a stand your ground state. So if you're threatened, you got a right to self-defense. So if this dude came all the way out here, he's planning something. He didn't come for nothing. And I'm not going to let him harm me. Right? My children were there the day before. My children were there. So, yes, I was a victim. Yes, I was a victim. Yes, somebody said it's Tariq being the victim. I was absolutely a victim. Then I turned into a victor. Yes, I was a victim of this person threatening me and then pulling up on me at my property. And then I decided I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going to be a victor. And I gave him a victory slap. I slapped the shit out of him. Yeah, I did. In self-defense, yes, I did. I went from victor to victory slap. I slapped yes, I did. I 100%, yes, I did. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, I slapped him. I'm not letting nobody harm me, dude. I don't know what this dude was gonna do. All these threats, this nigga, I don't know what you got in your pocket. I don't know what you got in your car. But we do know the threat will be neutralized right now when you get these hands across that big East Island head. I know that. I neutralized the threat, baby. I'm not gonna sit up here and let somebody harm me. I got a family to go through. Go home to. I got a family to go home to. Yeah? And truth be told, I could have used more force. Dude pulling up like that. Yeah. He tried to say I didn't. Now I think he's talking about he might get a lawyer and all of this stuff. Get a lawyer. I get a lawyer too. Self-defense is self-defense. You flew 3,000 miles to come to my spot after you threatened me and then walk up on me outside of my property after you done threatened me for 6 months and put pictures of me in caskets. What do you think I'm supposed to do? Yeah? Yeah. Now, if he tried to lie and say I didn't slap him, he tried to say face. He tried to say, well, he swung, but I had ducked. And he missed. Okay. Then I put the video out of the security camera. I put the security camera video out, and it shows that I slapped the hearing out of one of his ears. I did. With that big, huge head, do you think I was going to miss? You can't miss that big ass head.
All right, guys, we got footage here. This is 5 days old, but all right. As you see, we have Tariq Nasheed allegedly walking towards, not alleged, Tariq Nasheed admitted to slapping Taharka Bey. Yeah, this has been an ongoing dispute. Taharka Bey is one of Tariq Nasheed's biggest critics, one of his biggest haters. And he pulled up to Tariq Nasheed's museum. And once Tariq saw him outside, as you can see, it's a grainy camera footage from across the street. But Tariq is always he's admitted to slapping Taharka Bey. Do you think this was smart for Tariq to publicize this, put this out publicly? Do you think this was smart for Tariq to go on a campaign to kind of humiliate and further humiliate Taharka Bey? This may be a loss for Tariq in court because, you know, you have to prove that Taharka Bey posed a threat. Now, what's going to get, in my opinion, what's going to get Tariq is Tariq stands about 6'5", maybe.
When I slapped him, he had on a baseball cap, but I think he thought he had on a fez because he went to reaching for something. I slapped him and his head is kind of heavy and he damn near fell down. If you look at the video, you see he leaned. You know how Chris Rock leaned back when Will Smith slapped him? Well, Taharka has a big heavy head. So when I slapped him, his head went so far down, he almost tipped over. It was like, pow. It was like that. The head, and it was very loud. It was like, pow. So the head tipped over, and then he made a real funny noise. Ooh. The head tipped over, he's like, ooh. Yeah, his head tipped over when I slapped him. Then he started low-key running. Then I didn't say when he started running, I didn't slap him again because he was retreating. He started running. Is that how you do? Is that how you do? Then he started running backwards.
Well, there you have it. I think Tariq is playing a very dangerous game. On one note, yeah, it's good to defend yourself, but dealing with a person like Taharka Bey, who is clearly out to destroy you, I wouldn't want to give him any ammunition. Who knows how Taharka Bey is going to respond? Tariq has already been in and out of court due to his haters, and I just think this is something that can definitely backfire. Is it being scared or no? I think it's being strategic. That's why you have security. But for Tariq to slap the man, I think is very reckless, and we'll see how this plans out.